Oh god, why this thing? Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 Warrior Class, whatever that's supposed to mean, Sideswipe, which also, for anyone who's wondering, Warrior Class basically just means deluxe, just with a new name, because the fact that in RID 2015, we didn't get the usual Voyagers and the Leaders, we got just deluxes, so they renamed them to Warriors for who knows why. Hasbro's trying to do new things, experimenting maybe, possibly, who's to say. Also, for anyone who's new here, hello, please subscribe, it would help out the channel very much, but I'm a big Sideswipe fan. I have always been a Sideswipe fan. And I don't like this thing. Nor this Sideswipe to me isn't good. There is potential there, but it gets immediately undone in the next episode. And I don't like this show. This show is supposed to be a sequel to Prime, which in its own right is already confusing if you kind of count in the whole line continuity and War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, all that stuff. It gets very confusing. But overall, people don't like this as a sequel to Prime because Prime was perfection. And then this thing came along and it wasn't. It was worse than Rescue Bots, which is also connected to this thing. And this show actually had crossovers because this Sideswipe actually appeared in Rescue Bots. But Rescue Bots was better than Robots in Disguise. But who cares about that? Let's talk plastic. So here we got Sideswipe in his robot mood. And I will say this. These figures all look really good. Just some of them have issues. Sideswipe we'll get into later, so let's just pull him in here, close here. We got the nice looking face, very accurate to the show. Nice chest with the, I don't know, Japanese symbol maybe on here as well. Kind of difficult to see because it's light red on normal red. But we got the nice blue here, kind of mimicking the front of the car, which obviously is on his back. But it is an interesting attempt nonetheless. I don't like this chest, but we'll get into that when we get the vehicular form. We got the nice blue down here as well. We got some big, nice legs, big stompers, big feet that are not angled, but the front kind of is angled. So he kind of looks weird when he's standing because the way that his feet are designed. And then this is what he looks like from the back. Here's the Autobot symbol for that mobile game that I don't even know if it still exists. But we got the new Autobot symbol because of the fact that they had a phone game and you could scan it and, I don't know, unlock Sideswipe in that game. I don't know how that game worked. Never played it, but that doesn't really matter. But overall, this is a nice looking figure for Sideswipe. But there are big problems. Number one, yeah, this is supposed to tab in. There's actual tabs here. As you can see, two slots right here that this tab and the tab over here are supposed to peg into. But they don't really reach. They're just like, they get out too easily. Okay, now they want it. What? Alright. Yeah, they don't stick in all that well. I don't like it at all. I don't like this figure because of that specific thing. And the other thing that is a vehicle mode. I am so happy that I have the Gamer Edition Sideswipe that I got last year, because of the fact that now I don't have to use this thing for Prime size comparisons anymore, because technically the other Sideswipe is connected to it too. Also, I completely forgot to say, how could I have done this? Happy 10-year anniversary to this show. Robots in Disguise 2015 did indeed come out in 2015, and since it is now 2025, yeah, that means it's a 10-year anniversary, which means we got another anniversary. I mean, last year we had like everything that was garbage. According to the Transformers fan base, we had Energon, Beast Machine, Revenge of the Fallen, Age of Extinction. They all got anniversaries. Well, now it's time for Robots in Disguise to get an anniversary. And so, as an announcement, throughout this year, I will be doing Robots in Disguise figures. I will be recording them all on the same day I'm recording this guy, but they will be going up sporadically throughout the year when there is an opening and I want to upload a Robots in Disguise figure. So now that that's out of the way, let's look at weaponry right here. He comes with a big black sword, very cool looking sword, but mainly because of how long it is, and it's just a big katana that he can hold in his hand, and I don't actually remember him ever using this in the show, and I don't like that at all, but he looks pretty cool holding that sword, ready to attack Decepticons and having his arm pop out because of the fact that this toy wasn't designed well at all. Like, a lot of these figures are not that bad, it's just this one, why did I have to start off with this one? Oh, right, because Sideswipe is one of my favorite Autobots, so of course I was going to start off with this one. And also to get the garbage out of the way. I mean, we already had a little bit of a taste of RID back last year when I reviewed that Legacy Evolution Strong Arm figure, which I don't even know when she went live. Now then, with weapon out of the way, let's move straight into articulation segment, which I hate with this figure. Gonna just get this out of the way. His head can do a full 360 and gonna go up and down, and there's clear plastic in the back. He does not have light piping. He has painted eyes. Also, he has a smirk on his face. His arms can go out about that far. So out like that. He has a rotation that can only go that far. There is a block apparently. So you can't go further than that. So he can just wave at people. Hello. Then his arms can swivel down here because there's a ball joint as well, so he can bend the elbow and swivel it at the same place. Hands do nothing, which I know a lot of people are gonna despise because of the fact that you are a sword wielder. Your hands are supposed to do something. His waist doesn't exist, sadly enough. His legs can go forward about that far. They can go backwards about that far. If you lift this out of the way, they can go a little bit further. Then they can go in and out as well. You got a swivel low down here and a bend at the knee. And then his feet can move up and down for transformation purposes. No ankle tilt because remember 2015. That was 10 years ago. My goodness. But that was not the year in which they were really caring about articulation. It was just, let's have a figure that can kind of pose. I mean, he doesn't even have a waist rotation. This figure is lacking a lot of articulation segments that are very much needed for a sword wielder. So, with that being said, let's just move straight into size comparisons. So I'm gonna grab the lads that I have here with me. And here we have Sideswipe with the rest of the Autobots that I have grabbed from the shelf. And he looks pretty good alongside them, outside of the fact that, you know, our Sideswipe is in this set here is absolutely the worst figure. Oh, also he has some blue on his feet. I didn't really notice that. But this is, Sideswipe is absolutely the worst figure. For the celebration of RID, I'm literally picking up the worst figure first in order to get that one out of the way. But this is what he looks like with them. So let's bring in the next size comparison. Obviously, we gotta have the classic Ironhide Sideswipe and Jazz, and I only had to grab two because of the fact that Sideswipe is the review. So this is what it looks like with them. The non-canon character and a friend who occasionally appears, which is what made Jazz the best character in the entire show, because the fact that he only occasionally appears so the writers couldn't ruin him like they did with the rest of the cast. So let's move them out the way. Let's bring Sideswipe in here closer and let's go into that transformation. Alright, so let's get Sideswipe into his vehicle mode. So what you want to start off with is very simple. Let's just start by untabbing the chest and rotating it down. Now what you want to do with this is very interesting. You want to rotate this all the way around like so, as you can see, like that. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate the arm, straighten it out so that you can kind of line these two pieces up. Do the same thing on the other side. So basically just rotate until they are lined up like that. And we're already almost done. So, what you want to do next then is you want to rotate the front piece of the car forward. And then, as you can see back here, there are two clear tabs. They are very small though. And you want to get them under this red piece. So just push down on it and there you go. The front of the car is already done. Now let's move towards the legs. What you want to do with the legs is, first of all, just get it past there. You want to rotate it backwards all the way, and then also fold in the foot as you are doing it so that everything back here lines up like so. Do the same thing on the other side. So what you want to do is you want to rotate the leg and also move the foot so that it can get out of the way of this piece here. Rotate it around, fold in the feet, and keep going until everything here is lined up. Then what you want to do is you want to tab these bad boys together. There's a tab in here that goes to a slot right there. So you just want to take it, tab it together like so. And then what you want to do is you want to get this aligned with there. Then for the final little piece of touching, what you want to do is you want to get this in and you want to get it over there. And then there's this is supposed to slide under this red piece here. And then this clear tab here is gonna, that's right here, is gonna slide right in here on the roof area. And then you have this tab back here that's also gonna slide in here. So you basically just wanna take it, make sure that it gets, also move the chest out of the way to kind of get that all situated. But you basically just want to push it over and get it around everything like so. And then just push it in. Oh, that's not the in that I meant. I meant you needed to go in between there. However, be very careful. It is still entirely clear plastic. Like so. I had to do a little bit of squeezing very carefully. So I had to grab him and put him close to the chest in order to do the squeezing together. I still haven't gotten it fully, sadly enough. But you basically just want to put it in there. And then as you can see also... Then you want to take this. Oh, this is why. The chest was not supposed to tab in anymore. Ah, there you go. Now everything will sit maybe better. And then what you want to do for the final touch is the fact you want to put the chest back and click it into place. It clicks into place in here. So you basically want to take it, click it into place. And here we have Sideswipe in his car mode. So here we got Sideswipe in his car mode. And I will say this. This is a very much Sideswipe looking vehicle. I absolutely really like the way that this vehicle mode looks. Now, this vehicle mode has issues as well, but before we get to those issues, let us look at the beauty that is Sideswipe's vehicle mode. I love how the feet blend in here in the back. You can't even tell that these are feet. If I didn't tell you guys this beforehand, you wouldn't have known. We got the nice Japanese symbols here. However, we do have about 2 tones of red, because this red and this red, this red, it's different reds. It's all different red, and it makes me very mad. Also, you got the nice front here with the blue, but also that is because of the fact that these things are clear plastic, while the rest of it is regular plastic. And that is why he has that going for him. Or against him. Why he's got that going against him. But overall, a very nice looking car mode. Even the wheels are nice, even though there does seem to be a circle where they could have painted that circle to have one of those like futuristic wheels as well. And you got the back looking like this. No paint at all, but you got a bunch of details here. And this is what he looks like from the bottom. Oh, hello, Sideswipe. How are you doing today? Yes, he is just lying down there. However, if we do have to talk about a problem, it is this chest piece that hangs way too low. So, he doesn't roll. He doesn't roll at all. He can't roll because the chest piece is too low. My goodness, even this mode is not safe from the bad design that Hasbro put on it. My goodness. Usually when we have a figure that is like alright at best, they at least have one good mode. This guy has gotten 2 good-looking modes that each have something that just ruins it. And here it is the fact that he can't roll. And it makes me very upset. But I still like the design of the car, even though it cannot roll. Now then, we've looked at the car, so let's look at the weapon storage. As you can see up here, there's a little groove up there, a little bit of a slot. And you got things sticking out of the big blade. And you can just store it up here. So that if he ever gets on a head-on crash with a vehicle, he can not even reach the... He can't even reach the window. Man, I thought he could poke the driver or something like that, but he can't do that. Especially now with a nowadays car. Here, in a car from this show. Look at this. He won't even be able to reach halfway to the driver's seat. So I don't know what use it is. Maybe he could fall off a bridge and then just land like that. Maybe that could work. I don't know. It's always kind of a dumb thing. So let's get this sword out of here so that we can get into the next thing, because there's no posability at all and there's no rolling with this thing. Let's go into Sides Comparison Load. So let's bring in the gang. So here we have Sideswipe with the rest of the Robots in Disguise gang, except for the fact that Strong Arm is actually the Legacy United one, but who cares? But here's what they look like, and one of these things is not like the other, and one of these is way too small. Hello Grimlock, hello Optimus Prime. Yes. My goodness, but we'll get into that when we get into those reviews, mainly the Optimus Prime one, where I will just, when we get to that truck mode, rail on the fact that the truck mode is super small. But let's get these guys out of here, shall we? And here we have Ironhide, Sideswipe, and Jazz all together looking very nice. So let's bring Sideswipe a bit closer. Let's zoom in on him so we can get into that reverse transformation. So let's get Sideswipe back to his robot mode. So what you want to start off with is, well, throwing everything around. I like to just like poke around and see what likes to split up. Let's see here. Let's see if we can just untap these door wings here from the, or the doors from the side. Because these are clear plastic, I like to make those a little bit of a priority so that we don't have any messing around later on. Then you can just split the legs. Come on. There you go. Split the legs and then rotate it around. Come on. There you go. Rotate it around. Lift up the back, this part a bit in order to be able to rotate this around a bit more. So just rotate it around. And there you go. We got some feet. Let's rotate the camera up because now we got to start working on this upper piece where we just have to undo this side piece here. I did not want to push in the button. There you go. Oops. A little bit of a clear plastic piece fell off. Nothing seems to be broken though. Nope. Not really. Maybe there's something broken. Oh well. Nothing really important anyway. But we would rotate this down. I hate clear plastic. Also, what you can do now is just push this back and then rotate this down in order to be able to get that out of the way. Lift this up a bit more. Get these legs a bit more straight. And then what you can do is you can just take this piece here and rotate it fully around. Do the same thing on the other side. Just rotate it around. Get it past everything. There you go. And then you rotate these pieces up. And then on here you have two tabs for my thumb, above my thumbs, that are going to slide into the two slots in there. Or at least they're supposed to, but they usually don't. And when they do, they are too easy to untab. And if you get him all standing here, we have Sideswipe back in his robot mode as his arm untaps. But I'm not even gonna fix that stuff. Here he is in his robot mode. So, Sideswipe, my boy. Oh, how they did you dirty. Alright, the show wasn't that well written, but at least the plastic could have been nice. Because that's usually kind of the upside. If something from Transformers isn't that well written, at least we got some plastic to enjoy. However, with you, sadly enough, we don't even have plastic to enjoy. The fact that your arms can't really tab in, or at least stay in the tabs of the chest. The fact that the chest hangs too low so you can't even roll, or even make the attempt to roll. It is just so annoying. Because outside of that, he looks pretty cool. I think overall, they did a really good job with this figure. However, the fact of the chest not tabbing in and also hanging too low. Maybe it's just all the chest. You know what? We're gonna blame the chest. The chest is the one that is at fault. Because it just doesn't tab in. The arms can't tab into it and it hangs too low in vehicle mode. That is a very bad thing. So, obviously, would I recommend this thing? No. No, God, no, not even in a million years. If you're a fan of Sideswipe, but there's Gamer Edition Sideswipe, there's Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon Sideswipe. You have the Sideswipe that was from Generation 1 in the Earthrise, I think, or Kingdom. Oh, no, wait, that was a 2-pack. But you have the Siege one. There's a lot of different Sideswipes out there. That is my point. That are way better than this thing. This thing should not even be worth a look at. Alright? If you see this thing, keep walking, because it's not worth it. But that has been my review of Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. Warrior Class Sideswipe, and also once again a happy 10-year anniversary to Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. Or as I learned in between these sessions, apparently it's in Japan, it's called Transformers Adventure. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!